Hey everybody, Later Brett here, and I'm going to show you guys how to get started mining scrypt-jane, specifically for Ultracoin. Been seeing a lot of people having trouble getting started, so I'm going to demonstrate the CGminer method with the patched CGminer, and then I'm also going to demonstrate Ultracoin. So to begin, you guys need to get a pool set up, or get your account set up on a pool, preferably at ultra.leappools.com. We'd really appreciate your business. Anyway, so go ahead, get an account set up, and go to the My Workers page. Go ahead and enter a number and then a password. I like to keep it simple. Do number and then X. It makes everything easy and consistent. So go ahead and click Add New Worker and get yourself set up here, and that's all you're going to need to do on the website side. So now in the description you will find a link to the patched version of CGminer. Go ahead and go to the website and scroll to the bottom and download the patched CGminer. I'll just have a direct link available for you guys, and I'll also include the source, so if you guys want to look at it to play around with, that's great too. Anyway guys, so go ahead, extract it, open it up. Once you get inside in the root folder where the cgminer.exe is, go ahead and right click, go to new text document. So I'm just going to name mine Ultra for the time being. Now once we open this baby up, I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste the config that I already have in here, and I'm going to go through and explain all the variables so that you guys know exactly what is going on. So as you can see here, you guys are going to include the standard allocate 100 sync objects like in every other CGminer. So what's going to be different here right off the bat is you're going to need to include the scrypt-jane command. So essentially what you guys can do here is, if you have other configs or bat files available from other pools that you guys are using for your cards, you guys can go ahead and start with them and paste them in. To start with your base config and then tweak from there. So anyway, we got the scrypt-jane command here. Then you need to enter your username, which I have here, your password here, your stratum address here, and then here's what's also different, which people seem to sometimes forget or aren't exactly sure of what the other commands that they need to include. But when you're going to mine scrypt-jane, you need to include these parameters here, which are usually defined by the coin. For Ultracoin, you're going to need to include sj-nfmin 4, sj-nfmax 30, and sj-time. Once you have this part of the config, you are pretty much ready to go. So after this, you can go ahead and paste in your thread concurrencies and all of your other commands here. For the 280Xs, again, this is something I pulled off some forums. It's helping me get a little over 500. I'm not exactly sure what these commands are. They're new to me, but thanks to some tips from the overclockers.net forum, I was able to get a little faster here. So I'll go ahead and include my config for my 280Xs here. So once you guys have this set up, essentially, I mean, the best thing to do is just start from what you usually mine with. Just include this base configuration here with the SJs and scrypt-jane, and you should be ready to go. So once you've created your new text file here, you want to go to File, Save As, and this is where you're going to change it to your bat file. So go ahead and put quotes. I'm going to do ultra.bat and then hit save. Alright, now what do? Well, now that you've saved it, you guys should see an ultra.bat, B-A-T. So when you double click on this baby, you'll see CGminer firing up, and a few seconds later, there you go, you're mining scrypt-jane. As you can see here, the best thing to do then from here is, if you think you guys got a solid config in your ultra.bat, go ahead and fire up Afterburner and start playing with your configs. All my cards are individually tuned. I usually use power limit up to 20. Some may recommend not to do this. Honestly, it's up to your matter of preference and what you think can achieve the higher clocks. Just let's see, some of my GPUs, just for a matter of reference, on GPU 3 I'm at 1050. Some of these other ones I'm at 1020. And if you guys are wondering why this says HD 7900 series, it's because I'm using an older driver pack that recognizes my 280X as 7900s. That was the only way I could get my motherboard to recognize all 5 of my cards. So they are 280Xs. They all perform nearly exactly the same. So again, I would recommend going through and using Afterburner to adjust your settings. What I've noticed in the core clocks, you can jump it from 1000 to 1050 to 1080, and you'll get maybe marginal increases of like, you know, 10 to 15 to 20 kilohashes max, really pushing the shit out of the cards. It's not really the best. I wouldn't really recommend it, especially since it's not worth putting that extra stress and core clock on your cards. It's going to lead to higher temperatures, but again, you feel free to play with it. I've already undervolted most of my cards, and I'm pretty happy where I'm at here. So next part of the video, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to show you how to do the ultracoin mining. Okay, so for the next part of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to get started with using ultracoinminer. Ultracoinminer is essentially a patched version of CGminer, just renamed. So if it was up to me, I just stick with the patched version of CGminer because you can run all of your other bat files just because it's CGminer and nothing else has changed. But for some people do have trouble getting the patched version of CGminer to work with Ultracoin for whatever reason. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to show you guys how to do this with Ultracoin. So you're going to go ahead and extract it just like anything else. Once it's extracted, we're going to open it. I'm going to right click, go to new, text document, same process here, make the text file, and I'm going to paste in a 280x config here. And as you can see, it's exactly the same. You guys can include the sync objects and 100% commands that were in the other config. You can include them here. I just chose not to. So as you can see here, what's different, you're going to state ultracoinminer, and otherwise it's exactly the same as everything else. You're just stating your stratum address, your username, your password, scrypt-jane, your sj commands, which are absolutely necessary. You must have these for scrypt-jane or else it won't work. And then everything else after that is all up to you. So a good place to get started with to see what your baselines will be is you should go to the Litecoin mining hardware page. So if you just want to hop into Google, type in Litecoin mining hardware. Usually it's the first link here. I'll include it in the description. The best thing to do here is if you want to just get some baseline configurations, I have some also available on the ultra.leappools.com homepage. Essentially, you want to find your GPU here, and it's going to tell you your kilohashes, your core speeds, your memory speeds, your voltages, and your etc. It's all explained here on the page. So you want to go down and just find your configs, see what you like here. Obviously, this is for script mining, but they give you some good commands here to start off with if you want, so you can include these. So where you would include these will be after the statements, after the sj statements, after where you state your server, your username, password, and your sj statements. Include those afterwards. Once that's done, again, file, save as, quote, ultra.bat, end quote, save. That file is ready. So let me make sure I'm closed here. Yes, I am. So now we are going to go ahead and fire it up using ultra.bat, and let's see what happens here. Oh, look at that. So if you guys get this error, I'm glad this came up. If you guys get this error, it's because you did not enter your username and password information correctly. So go ahead, go in there. We all know, I know that I did that. I must overlook this, obviously. So I'm going to enter my correct password and information, file, and save. By the way, you don't have to go through this entire process of creating the text file and going through. Once you have this bat, you can just simply right click on it and click on edit, and you're ready to go. So once you edit this, go ahead and file, save, or for you bosses, Control S. For you hotkey bosses, there you go. Exit out, go ahead, fire it up, and within a few short seconds, we should be connecting to the server. And as you can see, it takes a little longer with ultracoinminer. Again, some people have issues with ultracoinminer, some people have issues with the patch version of CGminer. Whatever tickles your fancy, go ahead and pick the one that works best for you. Again, once you set up your workers on the pool website, it's just a matter of entering these baseline commands that you need, which is your username, password, server, scrypt-jane, and your sj commands, and then everything else after that's pretty typical stuff. If you guys have mined before, you know what thread concurrencies are. You kind of already have an idea of what you need for your cards. Again, 280x, my 280x's typically get up to 720 on typical script with my tweaking. Using the exact same tweaking and afterburner settings, I drop down to about 5 to 520. This is totally normal. It's scrypt-jane's a different algorithm, guys. So I mean, just expect lower speeds on your cards. There's nothing really much else you can do unless you want to sit there and tweak to get every last kilohash out of them. Otherwise, this is all you really need. So again, I'll post everything that you guys need to get started here in the video description, and I hope that you guys find this helpful. Again, this is Later Brez signing off. I hope to see you guys mining at ultra.leetpools.com. Thanks.